Hello and welcome back to the garden. In today's video I'm going to be adding some plants to a shaded spot in the border. This area is all under development. Don't look too closely because you'll see an awful lot of weeds. It's going to be quite a few years. It's a long-term project, but let me jump back in time for all those new subscribers to when I first started to develop the shade borders. So here we are 2 years later. Star of the show are the Astilbes. And when you think we're now in end of August, beginning of September, these have flowered their socks off for a good couple of weeks now. And they'll last a long time because we're more or less full shade here. Just a very small amount of sun first thing in the morning. But they've just loved the shady conditions in the very wet, moist soil. The hydrangeas behind that I added last year too are growing well, but they were starter shrubs, very small, few flowers this year, but hopefully in the next few years they'll grow to more substantial plants. But today what I'm going to add is some Brunnera right round the front, a swoop around the front, and also I've got another 2 Astilbes to add just to extend the drift. So let me go and get those. Now the first plant is an Astilbe. Going to extend the drift as I mentioned, and this particular one, it's different to the ones that I've actually got, but it's of a similar colour. The flowers are very similar, the leaves are slightly darker, and this is one that I've wanted to try for a while, and I've only just seen it here in my local garden centre, and that's Dark Side of the Moon. Now I've seen it growing in American gardens. I think it's a proven winner's plant, and it just, oh my God, I just love it. So I'm really excited for that to grow over the winter and flower next year. Very dark leaves, no green at all. This one, I think it's Delft Lace. I'll put it on the screen if it's not. That one has very dark leaves too, opens up green, but then the leaves go very purpley. And this one is just pure purple. So it's going to be a wow. Got 2 of those. Size-wise, that can grow 60 by 60. What's that? Round about 2 feet by 2 feet in height and spread. Next one. Brunnera, Alexander's great. This is one of the larger varieties. I've seen it grow in the right conditions, anything 2.5 feet, 2 feet to 2.5 feet in height, easily 3, sometimes even more in width and spread. But obviously here, I wouldn't say that I have optimum conditions for it. It's very shallow, the soil, there's not much depth to it, like everywhere in the quarry. I dig out an awful lot of stone every time I want to plant something. I have to make a planting pocket. So whether they'll grow to those kind of sizes, I doubt it very much. But I am not bothered. As long as it stays around about that size or a little bit bigger, I'll be happy. So that is Brunnera, Alexander's great. So this is the planting hole I've made for the Astilbe, or for one of the Astilbes, and the reason why I don't do the digging on camera, because it takes quite a long time, because out of this very small planting pocket came all of this stone, some beautiful sandstone that will get used for walls and things around the garden. But all of this is just from a very small area. I dig it out, then I have to add compost, garden soil to it. Certainly don't think you want to watch on camera how long that takes. I rely very heavily on plants growing horizontally rather than down into the ground any further. I rely heavily on them going sideways. So that should be fine for that. probably couldn't catch it if the video was going too quick, but for every Brunnera, take my gloves off, what I'm doing is not only am I teasing the roots out the bottom, which is normal practice, I'm more teasing out the roots very gently, because these are young plants along the perimeter, the outside of the plant, because like all the plants here, they need to grow horizontally, they need to grow outwards, not down, because there is no depth to the soil growing down. So it's worked for the majority of these plants that you can see today. So that's the last one. So the last job of today is to pretty up this seating area, because it's quite boring. As it's in full shade, you don't get an awful lot of colour, apart from the Astilbes. So I'm adding these Cyclamen persicum. Now these Cyclamen are available in all of our garden centres right now here in the UK, probably worldwide. But they're not hardy, certainly not hardy here in the UK. If you want hardy cyclamen, you need to plant Cyclamen coum or Cyclamen hydroflorum. They're both hardy. I have them both behind the bench and I'll show you that in a moment. But these are what you would call florists or pot bedding. And they will last certainly until the first heavy frost, where they will die a very quick death after that. They are hardy in certain parts of the world, but certainly not here in the UK. If you plant them in the ground, they more than likely, I've never had them come back. They're not classed as a hardy cyclamen. But certainly between now and the first heavy frost, they're really pretty. And they don't often give a pop of colour. So I'll add them to the other pot and let me show you it all at the end. So that's it for today. Just like to say thank you to all the returning viewers who watch the videos and the new subscribers that have joined following the White Garden video. I was quite amazed. It's the most views I've ever had on a video. I was quite shocked by that. Obviously White Gardens are so popular worldwide. But from a very sunny Northumberland windy garden, thanks for watching and I'll see you soon.